We are on.
Let me get some music over here because I'm sweating.
Can you
Now
do that?
hot.
Can
Now
you do? Can you do that now without without wrecking your stream?
Who the hell knows?
David and Michael, the truth is what we speak. Not hype, not noise, not chasing a ghost, just the utility that matters the most. It's not about the trend or the overnight scheme. It is about the clarity of a global dream. Utility and logic, the end game is inside. Moving through the darkness toward a digital life. We're peeling back the layers of the
I can't believe what a freaking... You can't make it up. Cannot make it up. Like, a week and a half, no shows. Complete nightmare with this technology. It's absolutely been a shit show. To my language, with technology. Can't even make it up. Official Intro to Crypto hoodies. If you guys are interested in a hoodie and you're watching this crypto channel going live with you, go to the introtocrypto.com. And if you're live with us on social media, we want to thank you in advance for your patience. Things have been crazy. Our people, our followers, we haven't seen and talked to in so long. I think it matters. I think it's been too long that, to find them and to have them connected to us. We need to see if the YouTube is live.
That's good. Let's see. It's early. Let's see what happens. Let's get it rocking and rolling. See what happens.
Yeah, it's live. All right, keep going.
All right.
Hold on one second.
Got a lot to talk about.
Next
this
time.
Crypto market.
It is. I'm talking.
You putting it back on?
Get out. We got people coming on over on YouTube finally joining us back. If you're on YouTube, Restream is finally back up and running. It's been a crazy last hour and a half trying to get the system going. It's been a disaster. The last week and a half has been nuts. We want to apologize to all of you guys for being offline for so long. We were supposed to have a show on Friday. What happened Friday? I couldn't. Thursday. What was going on? I couldn't make it.
I don't know. You were slacking.
No, something happened on Thursday, and then Monday I had my best friend's father-in-law passed away. So we did not have a show last Thursday. We didn't have a show on Monday. It is now Thursday. It is a week and a half since our last show. I want to thank you for joining us. If you're back, if you're on YouTube, Facebook, no, actually not on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, Instagram, no. Actually, Facebook, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, and Rumble, and a few other, and Spotify. We are live right now, and we want to thank you for joining us again, back in the saddle. This is the Intro to Crypto. Everything we talk about is digital assets, XRP, and so much more. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to XRP, if you don't know what it is and you're learning for the first time, we want to thank you for joining us. Please go to our YouTube channel. Please hit subscribe and like. We would love to be a part of your lives every week. We're the greatest community of followers from all over the world. This is our brand new hoodie finally out. It is our Intro to Crypto built in the fire. We have so excited to share with you that information. There's a lot to talk about today. And if you're out there listening, please let us know you're there. We can chit chat with you. Hopefully everything's working correctly now, because it wasn't. Literally stress. I mean, the amount of stress I've been feeling for the last, Michael,
Dave's been feeling a lot of stress.
The ability to not be techie, not know how to fix things up when your streaming device is not working. And it's a new, the office Wi-Fi over here, they changed the Wi-Fi, whatever they did.
Yep.
So it was blocking. I'm now hopped up based on our phone. I'm hotspotted to my Restream app over here to get everything going live. So again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being a part of the show. We're going to talk about a couple things before we get started. As you know, This is not financial advice. This is for you to learn about digital assets, XRP, and so much more. If you have questions, feel free to let us know. We'd love to answer your questions. But a lot of things happening. First of all, I'm a real estate agent. This is a mortgage broker, as you may or may not know. And what just happened today officially in the mortgage industry? Mike, let's talk about that.
Well, it wasn't officially. It was the end of February.
End of February, but your company.
Yep. So, my company came out with, a product, did a whole training on it and everything. And it's basically talking about using digital assets as reserves.
And there's only a few assets in digital currency you can use at this time. One of them is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Those are the three.
Yep, that is correct.
Those are the three approved cryptocurrencies.
Plus stable coins.
And stable coins. So you can use stable coins, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin as digital assets in order to buy a house and show for your debt to income ratio.
Correct. Yep. And so those reserves require, it's basically going to be used towards reserves. The thing that you and I were talking about that we had a little bit of concern about was that, you have to have these assets on approved custodial wallets.
And this is where it gets a little interesting. So when it comes to first time buying crypto, hey, Bitcoin and PD Coin is back. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you, my friend. You're awesome. I was worried that we lost everybody for good. We've been a week and a half off the show. Monday had a death in the family. My best friend's father-in-law passed. I was mentioning before. Last Thursday, I got stuck with, I forgot what it was. I couldn't make the show. So thank you. Oh, I think it was work related. Thank you for your, I know what it was. We had a real estate team meeting, a big event going on.
Right,
so I apologize. Thank you so much for joining us back and being a part of our lives and being part of the show. But getting into what Mike was talking about is now a guaranteed rate is now allowing for buyers to use crypto as a reserve and asset to buy property, which is unbelievable. Huge.
Big change. Wouldn't have seen that 5 years ago. That's for sure.
That includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are the three you can use but the part that's getting a little wild over here is there are specific platforms that these digital assets need to be on. And these assets need to be on
Coinbase,
Kraken,
Binance, Gemini, and Robinhood.
So you have Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, Gemini, and Robinhood are the platforms your crypto has to be on in order for us to be able to use this for buying a house. That one guy is back. Thank you for being here, my friend. What's up, boys? We are back finally. Thank you so much for your patience and allowing us to be a part of your lives. How about these hoodies? I mean, have you seen the hoodie yet? We finally got them in. If you like it, in the back of the hoodie, I don't know if you can see this. Does it show the back?
Yep.
A couple of different spots over here. Hopefully you like them. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being part of the show. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. All right. So going back to this part over here, you have the ability to buy a house using crypto. Now it's end of February. It kind of became official, but your company now brought it to the actual ability to show us realtors and buyers to use it alike. What else can you tell us about this whole thing? OSW's back. Thank you for being here, buddy. Pay attention to the oil. Yes, we are paying attention. We go back. Oh, I got a lot of jump over here. I apologize. I'm sorry. Let me go back into here. Japan is the largest foreign holder of U.S. government bonds. And pay attention to the oil. And OSW says, zip in the lip. That one guy says, your chair was blocking the lettering on the back. Oh, my apologies. Can you see it now? How about that? Can you see it now, buddy?
Yep. It says the intro to crypto.
The intro to crypto on the back of the hoodie. Nice and delicate over there. Not too crazy. Uncle Buster's back. Yo, Uncle Buster. Your hoodie's in the route, by the way. You should be getting that any moment. I saw a message over there. Thank you for being a part of the show. OSW says we are close. And Zabishian Savage. Yo, Zabishian. That's a new one for us. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Like and subscribe. Love to have you a part of the show. Lizard King is back. Well, we are here. Thank you so much for being a part of the show again. OSW going cheers. Sebastian Savage says, gentlemen of culture. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate you. That one guy, hey, he goes, yeah, buddy, we are close as F. I love it. Uncle Buster got the sweater. Yes, you got it, Uncle Buster. Yes. Can't wait to see you wearing it, buddy.
Awesome.
It's almost time for Bitcoin to PD coin. Uncle Buster, dope as F and fire on the hoodie. Love it, man, that you love it. I'm hoping everybody will love it and want it and wear it and be proud of it. It's a one of a kind, and we're super excited to have it. OSW says Buster, and OSW says my man. You guys, again, thank you for being here on the show. Not sure you guys caught
I think
on.
the last time we were on Uncle Buster's show on
Yes.
that Tuesday before.
Yes, that's right.
And we haven't even been on. Have we been on since?
We have not been on since. We had a lot going on over here. Tommy's back. Hey guys, Tommy, thank you for being a part of the show here. We love you guys, man. This is awesome. Thank you. We haven't been on a podcast since we were on Uncle Buster's podcast.
Okay.
What a great guy,
Yeah.
Uncle Buster.
Yeah.
What a great show
guy.
and a crew of guys he works with. So much fun. I couldn't even figure out how to get on. That was a whole fun thing. Gotta get back in the show.
Yeah, well, this is like romper room here with our technology compared to Uncle Buster. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hold on. A lot of people jumping on over here. I'm going to give his attention. Trinity Yak is back. Thank you for being here, buddy. Love those Phoenix Rising hoodies. Hey, my friend, we thank you so much. Please go to the intro-to-crypto.com. Order yourself a hoodie. It'd be so great. Deplorable Badass is back. Hey, fellas, missed you. We missed you, my friend.
We did.
And Sebastian, if I'm saying it wrong, help me. The sauce is up. Uncle Buster says at OSW. That one guy says 1.02 subs. Congratulations. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Uncle Buster helped us. Uncle Buster helped us out for that 100%. You guys, Uncle Buster, you guys, if you haven't seen his show, you got to watch it. He's great. Tuesdays and Sundays. Bitcoin the P.
And Uncle Buster, just for the record, I was on with you, and then my phone went dead like 2 hours into it. Of course, I was dying too, because 2 hours into it, it's like 10 o'clock. I'm like dying.
I think it was close. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bitcoin the PD Coin says the Phoenix Black hoodies took off then. Yes, man. They're awesome. We love them. And you are inspiration, Bitcoin the PD Coin, on this hoodie. And we thank you for that. I hope you love it. I hope you'll want it. I hope you'll wear it. And I hope you'll wear it proud out there in the world, because it's unique. There's nothing like it out there. Uncle Buster says, I was always Zebek. Zebek is hot. And we got to see it rise up. Deplorable Badass says, I got my XRP hoodie. Yes! I'd love to put it on and join you too, but it's too warm here. Listen, we would love to see you live with us on the show. If any of you guys want to join us live, like Uncle Buster or anybody else who does know how to do this kind of stuff, let us know. We would love to pull you in over here with us. Sebastian Savage says, it was always Zabek. Lizard King says, Uncle Buster. Sebastian Savage says, Lizard King. You guys are awesome. Marvin Davis is back. Marvin, thank you for being here, buddy. OSW, oh my man, the whole group is here. I'm loving this. Marvin Davis says Buster. Uncle Buster says Lizard King. OSW says Lizard King, Savage. I love it. You guys are freaking on fire. Oh my God, I can't catch up. Let's see. Ella, we go long, bro. It was fun, Uncle Buster says. OSW, it's fire, taking off. Marvin Davis, Uncle Buster. You guys are the best crew in the house. The world.
Tell them about Richard, by the way, when you're done.
Oh, something huge just happened. This is important. So we had a guy on our show. His name is Richard Truman. And if he's watching, which would be awesome, he was involved in Florida police with cryptocurrency, helping people get all the crypto that they were stolen from them. He just joined Anchorage Digital, which was unbelievable. After being on the show here, he's now part of Anchorage Digital, from going from the police department to help Anchorage Digital with compliance. Pretty cool stuff. So if you're watching out there, Richard Truman, I'm very proud of you. Congratulations. All right. So, and we see over here, OSW, cheersing everybody. Cheers to you all. You know, I wish I had a beer or a drink right now to just drink with these guys.
You need it after the last hour.
God, this last hour has been crazy. I couldn't get the streaming app. And Uncle Buster, I have to look into your streaming app you're using. This one went sideways on me. The internet over here, a mess. Absolutely crazy. A lot to talk about. Michael, talk more about.
You're all over the
I'm
place.
all over the place.
Dave,
I'm
you are
so excited
all
to be
over
back
the
with our
place.
friends, our family
My
over
God.
here.
My God. Dave is like, this is like, well, for Christians, it would be like Christmas right now. Everybody coming over for Christmas right now.
It is Christmas all day long right now. Absolutely.
And he's sober, by the way. For the
I am unfortunately on the sober side. We do have a whole drawer of alcohol, but you know what will happen if I start to drink? Then we'll get a little sideways real quick. But I like to have a drink with you guys. One day we're all going to get together. We're going to party hard. Do you want to go back into this over here, or should we jump into this?
I mean, we gave him a little thing. I mean, just for the record, we listed the conversation that you and I were having was that this is nice. They're talking about you have all this money. You're sitting on $1 million, let's say, and we can use it for reserves towards buying houses, which is all great, or income.
Yes.
But the thing is you have to have it on the exchanges.
They want you to have your crypto on the exchanges.
With a 6-month seasoning, you got to have. They want to see it in there for the last 6 months.
Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, Gemini, Robinhood, which is really cool. But you don't want to have $1 million sitting there. You want it off your exchanges onto your
It
wallets.
sort of defeats what we're doing here as crypto people. So it's sort of funny.
OSW says it is a coincidence that the president of Japan is now co-starring with Trump. I love that. That's awesome. And Bitcoin, the PD Coin says the plan is crash all economies. Yeah, absolutely. It seems that way, right?
It does.
And Uncle Buster says OSW exactly 100%. Well, a lot's been happening over the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
We saw XRP take a little bit of a jump and then right back down. Again, it's not doing anything until it, I think, finally does it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible right now. We're about $1.45.
But more importantly,
much better than where we were 2 weeks ago. That's
right.
for sure.
But more importantly, what just happened, XRP is now a digital commodity, officially a digital commodity.
Yeah, the SEC finally came around.
And that is a massive step in the most right direction. What do you think about that? OSW says big deals happen behind the curtains. That's exactly right. And Marvin David says OSW, and Deplorable Badass says that's why I have a ton of XRPZ in my tax-free Roth IRA. Very, very interesting. Sebastian Savage says, stack those bags, baby. Sebastian, let us know where in the world you're from, please. If you're in the United States or outside the United States, we always like to know where our people are from. Thank you so much again. Please subscribe and please share with your friends and family. Let's see what else we got going on here. A lot of people chatting over here. I love it. Marvin David says Lizard. OSW says Marvin Davis. You guys are awesome. Sebastian is XRP's clarity. Amen. And Bitcoin, the PD Coin says don't keep nothing on the exchanges. So that's the part that's wild. Right now, in order to buy a house, they're allowing you to use your crypto, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP, but you got to keep it on the exchanges. And just like you said, Bitcoin, the PD Coin, you do not want to keep it on there. So how does that? You got to go back to your. I'm
going to go back to
because they don't understand how it works in the big picture.
It's new. This is still new. I mean, you think about it. It's the first time ever, really, that we've been using these assets for purchasing houses.
Mambo Land is back in the house. Hello, fam. 2 more days to cruise for the cruise day. That's nice. Awesome, man.
Have a great time.
I hope you have an amazing time. I'm going to be on the cruise on the 4th of April. So the week of, by the way, so from the 4th to the 12th, that week, that Saturday to Saturday, we will have no show. Please forgive me. It's a little family vacation. Going to go away, a little Caribbean, a little downtime. So thank you so much for being so understanding. Uncle Buster says Zebekian Savage. Oh, you got it. Zabek Ian Savage. Zebekian Savage. Thank you, buddy. Marvin Davis says Caleb and Brown for all off ramps. Great place. I love Caleb and Brown. We use Caleb and Brown. Yep. Great place.
I just find it hard to believe that you have something like this and they don't even have Anchorage Digital on there.
They don't have Anchorage Digital and Caleb and Brown.
That's the best
I know.
form there is.
Depending what you have to put your money into, of course. Trinity X says they want to know ahead of time before you move it. Of course they do. They also helps the price rise. you kind of want to keep it on the exchange for at least a year to save on capital gains. That's an interesting point.
Well, they're not requiring you to sell it, just to use it. They just want to show that you have the asset so they can actually use it as reserves, because we have certain requirements.
Lizard King says, no, not cologne. Is that how am I pronouncing, or is he saying cologne like there's no fragrance? OSW says, go Zebek, LOL. And we want Zebek to fly. Zebekian Savage says, thanks, Uncle B. The plural badass says, while you're waiting 6 months, I'll have already bought the house you were wanting. Exactly right. Because we don't want you waiting 6 months to buy a house. We want you to buy it today. I mean, we want you to buy it all the time, but we don't have to wait 6 months for that. Good point. OSW says, no, there is only one. And Zebekian Savage says, I'm watching and admiring at the same time. JV XRP is back. Thank you for being here, my friend. We love you and appreciate you. From New York, Long Island is back. What's good is XRP is now a digital commodity. That's what's good. Keep stacking that XRP. Zebekian is in Arizona in the house. Love it. Thank you so much. Yeah. OSW, sorry, guy. I'm all in XRP. Listen, XRP has to be number one. Number one to the day and the end of the day, from beginning to end, all day long. But picking up some Zebek is not a bad idea, especially so cheap. That's my opinion. And also Canton. Let's see. Bitcoin, the PD Coin says, don't buy anything with XRP, borrow against it. Absolutely right. Never sell your XRP. Bitcoin is the BD coin. Bitcoin, the PD coin is knowledge.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing with this whole thing, is they're not looking for you to sell any of it. Is basically they're just talking about using it as assets.
Yeah. OSW says all in on XRP. Mo Zerps. Thank you, Mo Zerps, for being in the house. Thank you. What's up, fellas? Thank you, Mick. So good to see you. So good to have you. This is our guy from Uncle Buster. This is awesome. We got the Uncle Buster crew in here. Mo Zerps. Love it. Thank you for subscribing to our show, and thank you for being such an influence on us. Mozerp says, Uncle Buster. Daniel James is back. Greetings from the Finger Lakes, New York. Thank you for being a part of the show again today. We appreciate you being here. A couple of things to talk about as I'm jumping back and forth with you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump you off for a second. I know where you're going with this. I just want to talk about it just as a community kind of thing. I get this feeling, they mentioned it here today, talking about how they want all countries to implode on the currencies, and we're getting ready to have this happen. Have you guys seen what the hell's been going on with, even in the stock market, BlackRock? You have PIMCO.
That's part of our conversation here today.
But this, I sort of want to bring it off that. I sort of want to talk about it. I mean, I just thought that was just like so crazy how we're starting to see all these liquidity issues across the board. And I wanted to see if we can talk about it.
We want to talk about that with you guys about, do you know what's happening about the liquidity issues? I'm going to jump over here. Mambo Land says, that doesn't make any sense. The exchange already have transaction records. Trinity X says, I keep 25% on Coinbase, 25% on Kraken, 50% on cold storage, proof of trail to guarantee my long-term capital tax gains, I think it's put. Zebekian says, Mo Zerp says lizard, and we have Mo Zerp's Marvin Davis. You guys are awesome. So let's talk about this, guys. The liquidity situation here that's happening on the stock market. BlackRock, PIMCO. I had some questions over here talking about this stuff over here. Some comments, some points of service over here. So we have liquidity problem. Institutions hold real estate, long-term bonds, private investments. Problem: these can't be sold instantly, but investors want money now. That creates a liquidity crunch. Wall Street is asset rich, but liquidity poor. Let's see. XRP equals instant settlement. XRP equals bridge liquidity. XRP equals 24/7 global movement of value. If you can't free up capital fast, you need a system that moves capital instantly, right? We got Mo Zerp says, Trinity Jack, OSW, 2 or 3 weeks, the oil will be in Trump's hands, and the Chinese will bark on command when then we green. Lizard King says Mozerps says OSWs. So the silent giant is back. Thank you for being here, my friend. Good to hear it from you. Hell yeah. Any news today? Yes. XRP is now a digital commodity. And what's going on with the liquidity situation in the big picture with all these big people that are running the world over here financially? Zebekian says almost 2 trillion wiped out of stock market. Best believe we will have a liquidity problem. That's exactly what we're talking about. And this is the part that is crazy because not many people really know what's happening.
Right.
I mean, it's not really being talked about.
Well, if they did talk about it, how many people would be running for the doors to these banks?
To try
and
cash
to these
out.
institutions? How many people? I mean, it would cause a bank run.
Yeah.
That's the whole issue. You know, they're trying to keep it low, I think, to keep the bank runs.
Did institutions delay XRP until they were ready? Are liquidity issues forcing adoption faster than planned? Is the beginning of tokenized liquidity markets happening? Will XRP be used before the public realizes it? Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
How are they going to flip the switch? Because the switch has been flipped.
Well, isn't it? Aren't we supposed to rise? The phoenix rising from the ashes? Isn't this what the whole purpose of it is? So it's almost like the ashes are being created to create the phoenix to rise.
It's absolutely
sort of interesting.
A good point you make. My good analogy over here. Let's see. 744 JCO is back. Crypto is here, and it is the future. Amen. Bitcoin to PD Coins. I said a few weeks ago, war is needed for reset. Yeah, well, you know what's interesting about the war situation, we just got word, is that now the entire world is finally on page of America and Israel to eliminate the situation with Iran. And that situation there is so deep and so almost, go ahead.
No, give us more detail. What do you mean the whole world? Explain it.
Now all the Arab countries are coming back in with the United States and France and Britain. I think because France and Britain, they were saying no to being involved, and I know why. Do you know that there's an island off Iran where they're keeping all their missiles that they just found? A lot of things are coming out that they have to finish this whole thing up. They got to seek and destroy, eliminate all the problem there so that the people of Iran can take back over their country and let the Shah from 1970s son go back in and make everything better for that country, back into democracy. 744 JCO says, what's up? It's been a while, and I apologize. It's been a while for you and been a while for us. Trinity X says, everyone is over leveraged, over diluted, over inflated, and not backed by anything other than a promise. Of course, we are going to feel pain. It's going to get much worse before it gets better. That is true. In addition to that, let's talk about the oil prices. Like, oil prices are not that bad. At least in Connecticut, we're paying like $3.50, $3.55. It's not that bad. What are the oil prices doing over you guys? I mean, it was as bad as $4.50, I think, during pandemic times. Is that right? Or, I mean, it was crazy. That was bad. But right now, it's not that bad. It's going to go up a little bit, and then it's going to come back down. In a couple of weeks, this whole war is going to be over. I'm going to call it right now that within a month or less, war is over.
Oh, no.
It is over. 30 days or less.
Dave, you can't do that. Didn't you say XRP at $5 like 6 months ago? No,
it wasn't 6 months ago.
No, maybe it was 9 months ago. I'm just teasing.
War will be over in less than 30 days. It is going to be kaput. Gas prices will be back. Everything's going to get back to normalcy. But in the meantime, there's a big fire happening. And the fire is going on hard. What'd you say? I think we just froze up over here. 744 says 469 in Vegas. You know what's crazy is why is it that Vegas and the West Coast and California prices are so much higher? I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense why it would be so much more expensive than it would be anywhere in the country. The Northeast is less expensive than the West Coast. Why? Explain that to me. What is the reason for that?
Regulations on their fuel?
Because of the taxes, because of all the green energy and all that stuff.
That's what my guess. My guess is that.
OSW says oil breakout. Japan sells U.S. bonds. Dollar loses its value. Market can't move, and liquidity dries up. XRP and other ISOs save the day. Amen. Hallelujah. Love it. Daniel James says, I've been adding some Flare in addition to my XRP bags. What do you think of Flare? I think we love Flare. It seems like Flare's
Dirt cheap. What is it, in the 8s right now?
Yeah, it's almost like Flare's kind of taking a seat back. They've kind of disappeared a little bit from the front lines. But we like Flare a lot. And TDJC says prayers, amen and hallelujah. What's gonna we got a lot more things going here. I apologize. I'm missing a lot of stuff over here. The Plural Badass says Dave's Tradamus. I think that's I'm saying it wrong. Dave's Tradamus. Am I saying it wrong, buddy? Please help me out, the Plural Badass. I would love for you guys to take a picture of yourselves wearing your hoodies. And love to see you guys. And if you're, again, ever interested in being on the show, we'd love to have you on here. We have a new person on the show, Vapu 548. Thank you for joining us. Please hit like and subscribe, most importantly. And says oil was the same price in 2022 under Biden with no war, just EFRI. EFRI? You are 100% right. That's exactly right. We had no reason for gas prices to be higher. I love that you just said that, man. You're awesome. Yeah. Well said. Good point. Please be a part of a community. Please subscribe here and like. We got a lot of people watching the show right now. I want to hear more feedback from you guys. So what do you think's happening with the war? Do you think 30 days or less? Do you think it's going to go longer? Do you think gas prices are coming down or going to go bananas? Trinity X says Nostradamus. Dave Nostradamus. I love it. Yeah. Thank you, Trinity X. That's awesome. I appreciate that very much. I really think in the next 30 days, again, I can tell you more stuff that's happening in the Middle East. I don't know how much you want to know about it. I've got some inside information on that stuff there. We have M Hollywood 5. Thank you for joining us on the show over here. Please hit like and subscribe. A new joiner for us. Had XRP for nearly a decade at this point. Wow, a decade. That's amazing. I just pretend it doesn't exist at this point. LOL. I've made it to master level of sitting on my hands. M Hollywood. It's funny. First of all, please subscribe and like. That was an awesome point. I want to tell you something. I do the same thing, right? I pretend like, because otherwise it makes you crazy. The volatility, the craziness, what's happening in the world, why it's not exploding yet. The fact you've been in for a decade, that means you've got big, huge hands. And I will chutzpah. TDJ says, do share what I can tell you about the Middle East if you really want to know. The Mossad is involved. Israel is involved with America. They are inside. They're just trying to get they're working getting the guns to the civilians. That's what's happening. Now, why do I know this? I've got some people in the inside that know what's happening. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it out loud, but I just did. So they are everything's in place. The plan is in effect. They just got to get, first of all these missiles and bombs eliminated so they can't be striking the whole world. And I mean the Middle East, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and all these other countries that they're just sending missiles at. Once they eliminate the stockpile that's on this island, right, that they found, and everything gets done, knock on wood, President Trump does not fold to any kind of like negotiations, because negotiations is not an option here. It has to be done. It has to be eliminated so that the people in charge now are eliminated and the new democratic rule will take place. And that's going to make a better world for the Middle East, making a very strong economy for the Middle East and an amazing place for everybody to live and enjoy together. Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts? Because that's what's going to happen.
I don't know enough to comment on it. That's all I can tell you.
Hopefully this is good news and you guys like what I'm saying. And then in the meantime, XRP is going to do some big things. First of all, we have what's happening is this. We're waiting for something very special to happen that's been put on the sidelines. Is it going to happen, the Clarity Act, or what? That's what I want to know. And what kind of Clarity Act are we going to get? Let's see. We have some people over here with 744. JCO says this is all a movie. Once the credits roll, it's back to routine with a new financial infrastructure. Absolutely. Bitcoin the PD Quinn says Trump is ending the British Empire, and I'm British. I love you, buddy. And by the way, tell me that you can buy them if you want to. You have the ability to buy it now, the hoodie. I made sure I fixed that. I appreciate you sharing the fact that you couldn't buy a hoodie for some stupid reason on Shopify. It wasn't working out, and I fixed all that. So please let me know if that works.
I'm actually, I'm fascinated. By any chance, does anyone listen to Promethean Group or Promethean something? She's actually been around since JFK in the 60s, in the 60s. And she talks a lot about how Donald Trump is putting an end to the English empire.
That's interesting.
So it's interesting because that goes right along with what he was saying. So it's very interesting.
You guys are smart people. I'm telling this guy, I love Bitcoin the PD Coin. You got to be on the show. You're awesome. TDJC says God's will be done. It's very true. We have a new person in the house over here. TK Tango Kilo. TK Tango Kilo. Thank you for joining us, being in the house over here.
Thank you.
Please hit subscribe and like us over here. We appreciate you being here. Good afternoon. Where in the world are you at? What part of the world? What part of the country? Where you are? Please let us know. And TK Tango. I'm going to call you TK Tango. Bitcoin equals BTC equals XRP. That's Bitcoin equals XRP. Absolutely, because it's all going to turn into one. Vapu says he knows people. Spec Agent Black Ops. Let's effing go. Love it. Love it. Love it. OSW. Ripple established a presence in the Israeli market through a strategic partnership in December 2018. Good job, OSW. Good points. Their lip, I love it. Lizard King says Susan Kokinda is great.
Promethean. Yep, that's Promethean.
I love that you guys are on point together. Yep. Lizard King, good call, buddy. Bitcoin the PD Coin says Promethean Action is an excellent channel.
Yep, she is. And I recommend it to everybody.
Vapu says yes, English imperialism being dismantled. Awesome. 744 JCO, you guys coming out to Vegas end of April. Brother, I wish I was coming out to Vegas.
Me too.
I'm going to tell you this. I got to wait till at least the summer to do. I got a family vacation in April. I can't. I will get executed by the powers that be. Not an option. Well, I would love to be in Vegas, but if I go to Vegas, it's definitely it's a boys trip. It has to be a boys trip. Out of respect for my wife, and I love her to pieces, but she knows it's better that way. And TK Tango says Monterey, California. Wow. Right. I'm not even sure what part of California. Where is that? Is that north or south? Monterey.
I don't know.
I'm not going to sleep tonight after this drink. TK Tango says behind enemy lines. Behind enemy lines.
That's good. That's really good.
That was really good. We're in California behind enemy lines. So I guess he's not too far from our friend, not our friend, but our, Newsom. Newsom is in California, right? Not too far from Newsom. Oh my God, what a banana head that guy is. Bitcoin the PD Coin says Britain has controlled Iran since 1908. BP oil. Good information, my friend. That's really strong information right there. Didn't even know that myself, but did you know that?
BP oil?
Yeah.
British Petroleum?
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't think of it like, the fact that he's been controlling, Iran. The Polaro Badass says Vegas next year when we're stinking rich.
Amen.
Amen.
Then we don't have to have jobs.
Yes. Oh, we have another new one over here. SOI 6 Mafia. I'm going to call it So 6 Mafia. So 6 Mafia. I like that one. Thank you for joining us. Vegas has a sandy beach. No need to bring more sand. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for being a part of the show. Great comment, by the way. Lizard King says, I'll be in Vegas in June. Wow, Lizard King's going to be in. Nice. Lizard King says, Teamsters Convention. Now, that sounds exciting. And we got another new one over here. I'm going to screw this up. Iraka Blabai. Iraka blow by. I'm screwing that up.
We watched the
Just
whole
got here.
podcast
We're
with
going
Dave
to
trying
the
to get a name.
moon. Yet we're going to the moon soon, my friend. Thank you for helping me if I say it correctly or mess it up. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining our show. You guys are amazing. What a great group of people. This community is the entire world of XRP, digital assets. And remember, we talk about this stuff here. We're learning together. We're listening together. And we have a huge crowd on TikTok. There's about 70-something thousand people on TikTok watching at the same time, which is pretty cool. So when is XRP going to the moon? That's what I want to know from you, Mike. What do you think?
You're trying to nail me down?
So nailing. It's a simple question. It's a very reasonable question.
All right. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff happening by 4th of July this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the 5th of July.
The 5th of July. I like that. Do you guys think the 5th of July is a good time? Do you think it's going to happen then? Just after the big celebration of 250 years?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great time for it to happen. Is the Clarity Act going to happen by July 5th?
Oh, it should, no, before that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Now, the Clarity Act that we're going to have, is it going to be something that everybody's happy about, or is it going to be a Mets and Mets kind of Clarity Act?
I don't know. So far, I have not been completely thrilled with it. The way, but I haven't seen the latest drafts on it.
744 JCO says Teamsters, and Bitcoin the PD Coin says Moon very soon. Love it. Uncle Buster says I'll be in Vegas. Uncle Buster is going to be there. Man, nice. I want to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
XRP1. Thank you for joining us, XRP1. Love having you here. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for being a part of our show. How much is the fee in Vegas? That's a good question. And again, everybody, if you like these hoodies,
what fee?
If you're interested for the show, the XRP Vegas show,
wasn't that like $800? It used to be like 11, and then he dropped the price on that.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Like
if you'd like one, please go to theintrotocrypto.com. Please order a hoodie. If you like it, you'll have one of the most beautiful, unique hoodies ever made, I think. We'll get some
said by the artist. Said by the artist.
Well, Bitcoin and PD Coin gets a lot of credit for that right there. Yeah. Absolutely. Go Busters to me Vegas. XRP, how much the fee in Vegas? Lizard King, I'm going to pick a fight. I'm going to pick a fight, he said. XRP, I'm sorry. Lizard King says, I'm going to pick a fight. I love it. And 744 JCO says $589. Is that just ironic 589, or is that the real number? Because that's a pretty cool number right there, right? So Mafia says BP pulled a polluted Gulf with the big spill. Obama's first terrorist act. I like this guy.
Interesting.
That was good stuff right there. I like that. That was solid. M Hollywood says 589 till April, then 900. No kidding. And TK Tango says, is XRP $300,000 on the private ledger? Is XRP 300,000 on the private ledger? And then LOL. So Mafia says July to August. That's your guess. I like that guess. That's a fair, reasonable guess. Bitcoin and PD Coin says prepare to be locked out if you're not in. Amen. Absolutely. 744 JCO says price appreciation will kick in 727 after Clarity Act passes. Okay, that's a good. That
727.
727. That's an interesting number.
Boeing.
Right.
727.
Was he right?
I can remember that.
M Hollywood says, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes till 2027 to do much. People back in 2017 thought it would moon to double digits. In 2017 to now, it did a big run.
I sort of agree with that as well. However, I was sort of backed into a corner here just now.
Yeah, you were. It's not a backed into a corner. You're throwing some things out.
Yeah, I know, but sort of back. I would sit there and say, 20.
I gotta catch up. You guys are jumping in so quickly here. Let me get back in here. M Hollywood says I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so all right, and then OSW. I seriously think this is the last time for generational wealth. After AI, there is no turning back. OSW. M Hollywood says the creators of XRP Vegas made it 589 for the Clarity Act. Brad Kimes and digital asset investor. Brad Kimes is a great guy. Very nice guy, very smart guy.
So it's 589.
TDJC says, digging those hoodies. Thank you, buddy. Please order one. We'd love to see you wearing one. Again, theintrotocrypto.com. Thank you so much. And you have free shipping over there. Should be on your hoodie. So Sick Mafia. I think it's so sick. So Sick Mafia. I think that's what's pronounced correctly. They could make it unavailable to retail soon. Marvin Davis. There's a lot of us that will be at a different event on the 29th of April. What event are you going to be at the 29th of April, Marvin Davis? Please let us know.
Yeah.
And Deploro Badass says, I'm thinking June. Marvin Davis, June, I like June, but July seems with that whole thing happening. Marvin Davis says, which is 68J from Crypto. Okay, I'm going to read this. Marvin Davis says, which is 68J from Crypto for live show his event in the 29th of April. Am I reading that correctly? OSW says XRP experienced a massive surge in 2017, growing by over 35,000% to 36,600, starting the year under 0.01. How crazy is that? Approximately 0.006. It ended in 2017 above $2. Unbelievable. And who's our friend that was in for 10 years, right? Bitcoin, the PD coin, I've said for some time, the day will come when you can't buy XRP. I'm looking forward to that day. And Marvin Davis says there's a lot of small events that week. Marvin, if you can share with us the events that are happening, where they're happening, I'm sure everybody here would love to know if it's open to the public or if it's a closed group. Marvin Davis, Uncle Buster, Zerp, Mr. Zerp. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. Have you guys watched? Who here has not been watching the Uncle Buster show? Because if you haven't, I just want to plug that right there. The Uncle Buster show is on Tuesdays and Sundays. A fantastic show. You will laugh, you will cry, you will laugh, and you can jump in live. They're so cool.
And the experience that they were sharing with us was pretty amazing how deep their experience is.
They've got so much knowledge there. Deep in the sand. Deep in the sand. Let's see. Let's see. And Tsunami is a new joiner. Thank you so much for joining us, Tsunami. That's an awesome name right there, by the way. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe. Please like and let us know in the world you're from. It says next week we pump. I like that. Tsunami, I'd like to see a tsunami of XRP. I would like to see a tsunami happening ASAP next week, even next month. This year would be amazing. My wife, ready for this? So I'm telling my wife, how many of you guys are married? And if you're married, girlfriends, significant others, I told her about the fact that now you can use your mortgage to get a house with XRP, crypto. And she goes, so what does that mean for me? Is that changing my life?
Right to the point. Boom. Right to the point, Dave. Right to the
How is this changing my life?
That's what we love about women. They are direct and to the point.
Let's see over here. M. Hollywood says, OSW, I was there, LOL, thought I was a genius, rode it all the way back down. That's why I'm still not convinced does anything crazy in 2026. Fair. It's all, Marvin Davis says, it's all the XRP community groups, and most of them are free. That's good to know, buddy. Thank you so much. Bitcoin, the PD coin. That hoodie needs its own store. Make it happen. I love it, buddy. Thank you so much. We're going to make, I think, we're going to make t-shirts, etc. If you have some things you want, let us know, please.
You know what I did hear this week too? It was very interesting to see the volume on the XRP ledger is really increasing.
Yeah.
So that's the whole key. That's one of the reasons why Solana took off and did as well as it did, is because of the amount of utility that was going through the blockchain. So loving to see that. I think we're up like 300% or some crazy number just in the last few weeks or whatever.
Listen, so the world is starting to become more knowledgeable. You mentioned before, actually we talked about this. You mentioned before the show started that you said 1 in 4. Was it 1 in 4?
Yeah.
They're saying how many people in America right now are involved.
Right,
can you pull that up if you don't mind?
Yeah, 1 in 4. It's right here.
I want you to read that for a second while I'm getting back into the notes here. Uncle Buster says, salute, and OSW says 2,000% pump. You looking at $28 to $30. Oh my God, would that be amazing? TDJC says, yes, please, Tsunami. OSW says, you can do it. Around 1 in 4 adults own cryptocurrency. 42% of Gen Z and 36% of millennials hold cryptocurrency. This is new information we're getting from the mortgage industry. The largest adopters of digital assets, these two generations are entering their peak home ownership years. Over 6 million people in this country have cryptocurrency holdings exceeding 100,000 K, which I find shocking. That's impressive. Leveraging these assets opens the door to home ownership for many people who are currently excluded from traditional real estate financing. That's really solid stuff right there.
It's sort of funny talking to a realtor today.
Yes.
In the office, and she said she started getting into cryptocurrencies because she had a young 20-year-old guy that was invested heavily into Bitcoin and had to divest and move some money around. So he was buying properties because of the money that he made. So
interesting.
When I told this to her, she said, that's exactly why I like crypto.
744 JCO says Qatar's largest LNG plant just suffered damage. The movie continues. 744 JCO says your weak prediction may be wrong. And Tsunami says if they were trying to keep people from FOMOing in gradually, maybe better for a big pump all of a sudden. That is a good point, Tsunami. I think a big pump all of a sudden would definitely draw. You know what it is? It's a fear and greed, right? No one's buying when the fear's there, right? It's bad. Things are down, but that's the best time to buy. When things start to pump, all of a sudden everybody wants to jump in and get involved.
I heard Jay Cleaver talking about that the other day. He says everybody's talking about $10. He says you probably will not even see the $10. It will just go beyond that. It will just go. Imagine like all of a sudden it takes off and you go from $2 to $50 or $2 to $80 or whatever. Imagine. I mean, that was when he mentioned it, I was like, oh, that's an interesting thought. I never even crossed my mind that it would happen anything but slowly.
What's going to happen is the intro to crypto community, we're all going to meet up when that happens. We're going to meet up. Maybe it's Miami, maybe it's Vegas, maybe it's somewhere beautiful, warm, and exciting where we're going to enjoy maybe a couple of cigars, some bourbon, some scotch, some whiskey, some cognac, some tequila, some wine, whatever you like, some good food. And we're going to have a week that we're just going to enjoy ourselves. Maybe we bring our spouses, maybe we don't. Just kidding. My wife is watching. As a matter of fact, we'll bring all our wives with or girlfriends, or maybe our wives and girlfriends. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see over here. Let's see. Bitcoin the PD Coin says everything is a movie. Just got to see the right version. That's a very good point. I'm telling you, Bitcoin the PD Coin, like the stuff that you say is like legit. I mean, I don't know if you're very knowledgeable, first of all, and these points, it's like kind of reminds me of the Oz behind the curtain. You know what I mean? Just got great information there. Love it. Hold on a second. Sometimes the thing jumps over here and I got to make sure I catch up with you guys. I apologize. Again, big things are happening. XRP is going to, I think Jake's right. I think it's going to jump like that. I think it's going to be one explosion. I think it's going to be something big. I think it's going to be something where people go, oh my God, I wish I was going to buy more. I had the money on the side of my, in my, what's it called? When you're on Uphold and you put your money into the
cash account.
Yeah, cash account. And then you want to buy it, but you didn't do it yet because you were waiting for it to move or you got something delayed or work came up or something else. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So Tsunami says ballers meet up. Yes. I'd love to be able to say I was a baller one day. I still go back to the whole song, from the worm to the whale. It's at some point you're a worm and you own one, and that one that you own has so much unbelievable value. Or how about the people who bought it like a couple of years ago, who forgot about it and don't even know the passwords to get back into it? How many?
You're talking about my buddy.
Yeah.
Talking about my buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's do you know anybody who bought something? Maybe it's XRP, maybe it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it was, from years ago, forgot all about they even had it.
Oh, he didn't forget he has it. He just forgot where his BitTrue stuff is,
But
or his
you were
phone.
but you were able to help him get it.
Well, he still hasn't gotten it yet. I was on the phone with him today. He still has to go through 5 phones to try to find his code that he needs to get off of it. So
Listen,
hopefully it's on one of his phones.
I lost myself a bunch of Flare because I had in my old phone. This is a true story. My Flare, what's it called? The Flare app,
The Bifrost.
Bifrost app. I had traded my phone in, forgot all about my seed phrase, and lost it. And I made a mistake. I lost a few $1,000. And you know what? You live and learn by mistakes you make.
No, Dave, you might still find it in your house someday. You might still find your seed phrase.
Mike's convinced that I wrote the seed phrase.
I know he wrote the seed phrase down. I was with him when he did it. He wrote it.
I'm gonna have to find it somehow, some way. OSW says 2025 we did small 400% pump after Clarity Act. 2,000% is easy. I love that, buddy. TDJC says the curtain has been pulled back. Exposure. And Tsunami says when it goes, it's going quickly. Just hold, and you know you've got something coming. You know, I can't even tell my wife that. Because then she's like,
that's every wife, Dave. They don't want to hear about what's coming. They want to hear about what is
no
here.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no, none.
They want to know when they're actually receiving it.
Yeah, no.
The XRP.
Nope, you don't bet on the come. You gotta wait for it. Then
don't bet on the moves. Bet on the finale. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Wow. Smash Mouth. That's a great tagline. I love that. Thank you for joining us and being here on the show. New to our community. Please hit subscribe and like. Thank you for joining us. I lost H-bar because I didn't do the memo right. See, it all happens to us. I mean, we live and we learn by mistake. When I make a mistake, I usually make a good mistake that teaches me a lesson. It's usually a financial mistake.
That's why we do small portions too.
Right.
Small things
at a time.
You had a friend, Pat.
A very good Frank.
Oh, Frank. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Frank was moving some stuff and he sent it to the wrong thing.
He was used to doing the XRP, and then he thought everything goes to XRP, and it was a totally different QR code, and it went into the abyss.
We all make mistakes, and it happens. Paul Z's back. Haven't seen you in a long time, Paul Z. Thank you for joining us again. Wait till all this Iran thing is done and Ukraine war is settled and the markets stabilize. Absolutely. 744 JCO says, let's keep it PG. Yes. My apologies for the poor language.
I was talking.
He's laughing.
Oh, I was talking about
Bitcoin. The PD coin says seed phrase stamped in titanium plate. That's a really good idea. As long as you know what a titanium plate is too, of course. That's part of my problem is I put, you know what it is that my wife even, if I put something down in a place, as long as it moves to something I have, that's the trick. And I'm not blaming my wife. By the way, she couldn't find her key. I want to tell you a quick story sidebar. So my wife, who I love and is an amazing wife and mother, so I'm never talking bad about her, but I never lose anything. So I was using her car. And she says to me, you lost my keys. I said, I never lose anything. I put it down, everything in the right spot. Turns out today she calls me up and says, listen, I'm sorry. And I said, what happened? She says, I found my keys. They were in my bag. I'm like, all right, no big deal. Just remember, I don't lose anything. Only thing I lose are my things.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only thing you lose is your Flare seed phrase.
Exactly. Bitcoin, the PD coin says, and stamp and the titanium plate. The plural badass says, that's why I don't talk to my wife about crypto. She'll find out when her dream car is parked in the driveway. I love it, man. That's awesome. Yeah. TDJC says, amen. Live and learn. Facts. Mo Zerp says the SEC crypto clarifications is bullish as F. In a normal world, we'd have pumped off that news. That is true, Mo Zerps. That is so true. You all right, buddy?
You're good.
Mo Zerps, good to have you in the show, man. Love having you and love seeing you here. Such a man of knowledge and very funny man, by the way. Very, very funny man. Marvin Davis, they don't want to hear what's coming. Too funny. Right. Vegas is just like what you explained about going to Florida. It's just a big meetup with the XRP people that we talk to all the time. Marvin Davis, I love that, man. And Cookie Man, thank you for joining us, Cookie Man. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, Cookie Monster. I'm not sure if you're on the show before, but please like and subscribe. And it says, check this out. And I'm waiting for it, Cookie Man. I'm waiting for what you got next for us, and I'm sure it's going to be good. That's good. I like that, Cookie Man. So again, it's one of those things that we live and we learn through bad things happening. And like you said, sometimes we have to learn to do things slowly. I want everything done real quickly. It's how I am. I just want to get it done. You have all the stuff you want to move from side to side.
Yeah.
That one guy, Japanese PM visiting today. Jake says Japan for now. Jake's been talking about Japan for a long
2
time.
years.
Yeah, a
2
long
years.
time. And I think that Jake is kind of like he's like a palm reader. I'm gonna use like that. He's a palm reader, but not of palms. And he knows things because he knows a lot of people on the inside. And he sees a lot of things happening, but things aren't happening on the timelines he says things, which is why so many people get upset with Jake, and you can't get mad at Jake because Jake is very knowledgeable. And he's very, very convicted, and he knows things that we don't know about. He just can't promise timelines, although he does sometimes. It makes people a little squirrely. That's what happens. But Jake equals, in my opinion,
Yeah,
genius.
we're gonna say nothing wrong with Jake because we don't want a lawsuit against us.
We love
Just
Jake.
teasing.
We think Jake he's like a sorcerer of XRP. Good man.
We're
let's
both
see.
in his mastermind. So Jake,
Yes.
give us some.
Yes. OSW says XRP rich list website is down again. Wow. One day I want to be on that rich list.
Can I mention something on the rich list? I was listening to that woman, Doctor. I can't think of her name right now, but she was going through. I really liked it. She was going through this past week. I can't think of her name. Dr. Camila.
Didn't someone just talk about it before? No.
No, we didn't talk about Dr. Camila.
Okay.
Did we?
No.
No, but what I wanted to say was she was basically going through talking about how you don't need to own a ton of XRP
At
to
some
be very wealthy, and that was very encouraging for everybody that, you don't have to have a lot.
My buddy who bought $1,000 worth about 6 months ago, to this day, gives me a hard time. He's like, I bought $1,000 worth and I lost, 75% of my money. I go, you didn't lose anything. I'll buy it from you right now at the cost you paid for it. That's how confident I am. He's like, no, I trust you. We'll see what happens. I said, you should buy
Why
more.
didn't he buy more? Yeah.
I said, you should buy more.
Yeah. What did he say to that?
He just kind of smiled at me.
Yeah.
He doesn't know yet, but he's got a present coming in the mail too. 744 JCO says Japanese nothing burger for now. Bitcoin the PD coin says Jake isn't very smart. I don't know. He may not be on point, but Bitcoin the PD coin I know is very smart. So I'm going to take that information fair and reasonable from you. And TT Designers, thank you for joining our show today.
Yeah,
and please hit like and subscribe. What about the SEC? And please let us know where in the world you're from. What about the SEC? The SEC is coming to terms with the Clarity Act.
Yeah.
And they are going to
they talk about the fact that it was a digital commodity.
That XRP became a digital commodity. We talked about that on the show.
Yeah.
Is that XRP became a digital commodity officially, just like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, right?
Yep.
And oil. Let's see. That one guy says, "LOL, don't catch a lawsuit." Yeah, I see. And 744 JCO says, "OSW, I don't need a list. I know we're gonna be rich." Amen. TT Designer says, and CFCT. OSW says, Jack the Snake knows stuff. And laugh. And I think he meant to say Jake.
Yep.
Jake the Snake.
Yep.
Marvin Davis. I'm also in Jake's mastermind. This is my third year. I think maybe fourth. Awesome, Marvin.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
At Che from LA. Che, thank you so much for being on the show today, buddy. And thank you for please hit like and subscribe. I'm gonna assume you're from LA because it says Che from LA. Very cool. It says Dr. Kamala. You were talking about that earlier.
Yep.
Catching up over here. Sorry. My apologies. 744 JCO, it says 2%. And 744 it says Camilla Stevenson.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys are on point. That one guy says 3,000 XRP going to be large merge. Large March, baby. Love it. Pee Wee Herman. I remember movie. Wow. Large March. At Rosie774. Could you imagine if that was Rosie, like the Rosie from XRP?
Oh, Rosie Rios.
Yeah, Rizos. That would be everything right now. Rosie, thank you for joining the show. Thank you for being part of our community. And please let us know where you're from. Please hit like and subscribe. Dr. Camilla Stevenson. And 744 JCO says, at Rosie, we related 744, LOL. At TD Designers as from Amsterdam. Welcome, Amsterdam. Awesome. That's awesome. We are the world. The Intro to Crypto is the world forum of XRP. You guys are amazing. I love it. I love when people all over the world.
After
United
Jake.
Kingdom, we got Belarus, we got Australia, we got Amsterdam, OSW. Make sure you have about 20K if you want Lambo this run. 20K. I need 20K. Things have been a little slow real estate wise. Che from LA says subbed. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. We got another one. Big Watch Dude 8559. Thank you for joining the show. Let us know where you're from. We love and appreciate you. Yo, what's up, David and Michael? I saw you in Uncle Buster's and you did a good job. Oh man, thank you so much. I also am an Invicta watch guy like you. Another Invicta. Yes, I like Invicta watches. And please like and subscribe and let us know where you're from, my friend. Love it, love it, love it. Mark Sapien, thank you for joining the show, Mark. Love it, love it, love it. Please like and subscribe. $5 really quick, then goes to 10,000 overnight. Oh man, I'm loving you, brother.
From your
Please,
lips
please,
to
please.
God's
And let
ears.
us know, Mark Sapien, where you're from. Big Watch Dude, sup, Uncle Buster. And Big Watch Dude, sup, Marvin. I love it. You guys are so great. Oh my God, it's 6:41. Holy moly, we're flying. All right, listen, a lot of things happening. We are going to be back on Monday. Okay, Monday we're back. We will be here by will or force. And if, by the way, you have a chance on Sunday, watch Uncle Buster. Depending on where in the world you are located, Uncle Buster's a great show to watch. He's a lot of fun. Hopefully, I get a chance to watch on Sunday with him, be a part of the show. Depending on if I'm out on the road
2
or
o'clock.
not. Well, in Connecticut time, it's 2 o'clock and 11 something. 3 hours behind California time. And we have a few more people. Leonard Gallegos, thank you so much for joining. Hello from Modesto, California, baby.
Right.
Love it, love
Country.
it, love it. Wine country, yeah, right. Thank you for joining. Please hit subscribe and like. You guys are awesome. Marvin Davis says big watch today. Absolutely. It is a big watch. It's not as big.
I'm not strong enough to carry a watch that big.
I like it. It's sometimes I have the thin ones, sometimes the latex ones. I like watches. Lizard Kings, thanks guys. Lizard King, big watch dude, love it, man. Listen, we're gonna say one more thing before we leave. If you haven't done this already, and I hope it's okay to say this, please go to theintrotocrypto.com. Love to see you guys. Buy us a hoodie. Support the channel. We appreciate you so much. Wear with pride and love. Little XRP on the arm, on the
Are
arm.
you getting shirts
in the
made up
back.
like that? Are you getting shirts?
I'm gonna make some t-shirts.
Now
Absolutely.
that summer's coming.
Bitcoin to PD coin is our inspiration. New people look up the 1988 Economist magazine from cover, and you will see where the hoodie came from. That's right, Bitcoin to PD coin. You are inspiration. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin to PD coin, I'd love to get you a hoodie. Please reach out to me. All right. And TDJC, thanks guys. I appreciate you all.
Can he
Uncle
email
Butcher
you?
says big watch. What's that?
Can he email you?
You can listen. I always say this. You can email me at david.lemel@gmail.com. You can text me 203-671-7062. My information is everywhere. You hit Google, you type my name, and you're going to find out my contact. So, I'm not hiding anybody over here. I'm a real estate agent. It's what I do. So love to be a part of your lives. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for being part of the show. That one guy says, can you make some sweatpants? I want the full jumper. Brother, I'm going to make a tracksuit. Absolutely. Love the idea. We're going to make it happen.
Good stuff.
Just remember, it takes me a little longer to come up with these things. I'm not very savvy on all this stuff. This took me a month and a half roughly to get this going.
Yeah,
And-
it took him a month and a half, but it only took him a week once he got going.
Yeah, well, it was hours and hours. My wife kept saying to me, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I can't tell you what I'm doing because I didn't say it to her.
Yeah.
I just said I didn't want to tell her what I was doing because she
Did
would
you
say,
give her a copy? Did
"Oh,
you
I
give
got her.
her
I
one?
got her a hoodie. Yeah, she loves her hoodie.
Oh, nice.
She loves her hoodie." Uncle Buster is 11:11 a.m. PST, Pacific Central Time. Check out Uncle Buster's show. You don't want to miss it. He and his crew, Zerp, and his boys are funny. You'll learn a lot, and you're a part of something very special. Thank you all
Yep.
very much. We're going to say signing off. Thank you for being a part of our show. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Go get yourself a hoodie if you're interested. And thank you again. We love you. Later, guys. And
Bye, guys.
Mark Sapien says, hello, all future millionaires.